Cappers, and welcome to Dingo and Coach on USBN Sports. And as always, I'm joined with my co-host, Steve Ellis.
Yep.
That is the coach. I am Dingo. And we are joined by two people that I've gotten to know very, very well. They've actually kicked my ass at camp several times. Felt like I was going to puke. They're unbelievable trainers.
Great workouts, huh?
And you've seen your niece has been there.
Yeah,
You've probably seen all the videos and all that stuff on there. And they do an unbelievable job. And it's a really cool place. I can't wait to talk to them.
Well, first of all, I probably shouldn't have stopped at Waffle House on the way here. but the second thing is, I think between our families, we could probably fill up a session.
Absolutely, we could.
So the word is starting to spread. So I'm starting to feel bad about sleeping in and.
You still won't go.
Yeah, well, maybe.
You will not
maybe.
go.
And I'm starting to get a little jealous about your physique.
You like that? It's all because of them, I'm telling you. Just get rid of my gut, I'd be in good shape.
I said physique. You like that?
You can't even spell physique.
Thank you. Continue.
So as we said, joining us here is Cassie Andress, right?
Andress.
Okay.
So
I know.
bad.
I told you I was going to screw it up.
Close.
Yeah. Kelsey, guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
This is awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a warm-up exercise. So you guys get your little things right there, please.
God.
So I want you to grab those. We're going to do 2 exercises for 10 seconds each.
Oh, dear Lord.
We're going to do bicep curls, and then we're going to do overhead press. Does that make sense? Say yes.
Yes.
I love it. How many exercises do we have?
2.
How many seconds are each one?
10.
I missed that part.
Come on.
I'm just being honest.
You got
10
it.
seconds. I got it.
She's the one that you do it so many times because a lot of times people don't pay attention, Steve.
Okay.
I mean, and like me.
Yes.
I just let everybody else respond.
Yeah.
And I just go with it. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1.
Is that how it works?
Oh, no, yeah, that's it. I was just going to mess with them.
Okay, now we're going for the second.
You didn't know you were coming on for a workout.
I got dressed as if you were going to make us work out.
There you go.
I texted her, I was like, what are you wearing? She goes, I don't know what we're in for, so I'm wearing biker shorts and a tank top. I said, okay, I'll wear shorts.
I wasn't going to get too brutal with you. I always wanted to do that because these guys do it to me. I thought this would be cool.
You're a natural.
Do you feel better now?
I do.
Okay.
I do feel better. So let's get started by telling everybody about boot burn camp, because I know some people don't know. So we're going to start with you, Kelsey. Go ahead and explain what burn camp is.
All right, so Burn Boot Camp. We offer strength and conditioning camps, not classes. If you say classes, we will make you do burpees, which people learn very quickly. Which, yes, burpees are the favorite. So we're open Monday through Saturday. We have multiple camp times for people, morning, lunchtime camp, and evening. And they're like station style camps. You break off into groups. We do partner workouts, lots of different mix, keep you guessing on your feet so you're not bored.
Yeah, and it's definitely not bored, Steve. And burpees is not a burp like you probably think it is. It's something
Pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So I could.
Yeah, I don't think you can do the other one. You might throw up on the other one.
I think I know what a burpee is.
Yeah, I want to see you do a burpee.
I'm not on the couch all the time.
They were called squat thrusts when we were in high school, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Remember the squat
Nicely
thrust?
done.
Yeah, how about
They have
that?
no idea what that means.
Yeah. Because they weren't born when we graduated. So we got to get that straight.
That has been established.
All right, so why do you say, what's the difference between a camp and a workout?
Well, that's just what we call it. That's like part of our community, what we do. We run camps, 45-minute camps.
Okay.
Yep.
We have our own language, pretty much.
Okay.
Burn language. That's
Protocol is what we call the workout, technically.
Yeah.
So your protocol, Saturday's protocol is athletic conditioning for camp.
Gotcha.
Not class.
And how many people were in a session or camp? Sorry.
It varies. There could be 7 people. There could be 50 people.
Correct.
Really?
You would really die if you saw how many people go at 5 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
Okay.
I went to my first 6 a.m. camp and I couldn't believe how many people are there.
Really?
Oh, it's and the 5 a.m. is just unbelible as well too.
That is
what do you
the
say?
Rooster Crew.
Yeah,
The rooster.
The rooster.
so
Nice.
at 5 a.m. you're talking over 30?
Oh, yeah. You're
and then
looking
it's
between 30 to 45 people.
100%.
And that's the same thing at 6 is maybe not as much, but it's still, I mean,
They kind of go back and forth.
So yeah, I was gonna say sometimes if someone doesn't make it to 5 a.m., they're going to 6 a.m. So sometimes 6 a.m. is actually a little bit busier. But
it's just nuts that they do. And then you get some in the evening too, and we're gonna get into some of the other stuff that they offer too later. But let's get into these. They both have great stories about how you got into Burn and then your stories to become trainers. So let's talk about how the journey, how you got to Burn, and how you became a trainer. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Cassie.
All right. So, I grew up playing sports my entire life and stuff. And after you graduate, they're like, hey, there you go. Go and figure it out by yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't have a team or a coach telling me what to do.
Right.
So it took me a while to find Burn, and they had parking lot camps before they were allowed in the building. So talk about the end of July, August in a parking lot at 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
So we started doing those, and then they opened the building, and so that's kind of how I found my community. I had someone at the front of the parking lot or at the front of the gym telling me exactly what to do, how long to do it for, and then I was able to cheer people on, and they were able to cheer me on. I'm like, okay, this is college all over again. Sweet. So that's how I started at Burn. Was there for about a year, and they needed some help in child watch, and so I was like, hey, I could probably help you on Fridays, because my full-time job, I wasn't, my Fridays were only like 2 hours long. So talked with Jennifer. Jennifer was like, actually, we'll use you at the desk. You have more of a, personality. We feel like that you would help our team better there, suited there. And then 3 months after that, Krista came to me with an opportunity. Hey, do you want to be a trainer? And I was like, love to.
Yeah.
So, and then here I am.
You're right.
3 years later.
Get to work out and get paid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about you?
So I had just had my second son, Shepherd, and I was looking for new exercise routine because I was working out by myself. And you're already isolated as a stay-at-home mom. I'm pulling my headphone off my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm obviously a professional at this. Okay. So I, after that, I was just Googling gyms, and I found Burn.
Yeah.
Went in there. I was addicted day 3. And then I was probably there 6 months. I want to say it was like October, November. Jennifer, the operations manager, reached out to me about working at the desk. And so I started doing that, just something for myself. And then maybe like January, I decided to get certified. I just got the trainer bug. That's what she calls it. I was bit by the trainer bug. So I started studying, passed my tests in July, and then started training, I want to say in November, December. And it's just been awesome ever since. So.
Were you guys I can't even imagine, were you super nervous that first time that you actually did a class? Because I think I would have puked.
Camp.
I'm sorry.
We don't want to make you do burpees here.
I know. Here we're
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble Monday.
Wait till you go back.
I'm in trouble Monday. Don't tell Ashley.
Yes, I'm extremely nervous. Yes.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd be less nervous because these people, but I was actually more nervous. I felt more pressure to bring it for them. Really? You know what I mean? There's this expectation.
For sure. So. Well, and you come across of okay, this is a no judgment zone. Everyone's cheering on everyone. They're going to say good things no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're still just have that in the back of your mind. Well, they could be judging me. I could not be great at this.
I could suck, and they're not going to tell me.
And they know me, so this is awesome. So
yeah.
I mean, the other quick question I got is and we're going to talk about this later about the protocols. Do you I know for us, we'll kind of talk about what we have coming up on our podcast and kind of go over. Do you guys when it comes out? Do you guys have to practice or prepare? How do you guys do that to know? You guys are obviously know all the exercises, I guess, but so how do you prepare for that? You know what I mean? To me, it seems I can't remember when you guys tell me, hey, this is where you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Come over, just remind me later. I would get confused. Oh, I don't. Maybe we do this. Is it not because you've done it so much? It's not confusing.
So my method to the madness, and I let Kelsey know into the secret, was take camp before you train it.
That's very, very helpful.
Okay.
That's very, very helpful. Your body's kind of already gotten used to the limits of what's going on.
But if you can't do it, it's kind of walking it through your head. I call Kelsey all the time. Hey, I'm going to read you. I'm going to just talk you through this workout today. And she's like, all right. So I'll be like, okay, all right, the warm up, we have these 2 exercises. We're going 3 rounds, 45 seconds each. Got it. Yes, that's right. All right. Around the room, because that's what I struggle with, is where the placement is, because I haven't been there that day. So I'm like, all right. So I think by the rig, we have that over the shoulder med ball press, right? Yes, got it. Okay, we're there for whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And I literally will talk her through and she goes, that's accurate. And then sometimes if there's things I miss, she'll be like, you forgot this. And I'm like, got it.
Talking, saying it all out loud helps a lot. And then we try to get to the gym early. We run through the moves ourselves, get our bodies prepared. And I think we're just from studying all of it, we just know how the body moves, and knowing the exercise names is just
that's my
nature.
struggle. That's my struggle. They'll throw out all these names. I'm like, I don't know what the hell. That's the same thing to me. I don't know what it is. It's like, thank God. I mean, if it wasn't for them, there's no way I would fit. I mean, obviously, Steve, you know how slow I am, right?
I do know that.
Right? So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't figure. I'd be just standing there not doing anything.
Well, I mean, it seems like, and being from the outside, never been, the personalities and the energy you guys bring could only be infectious for someone like Danny, who would be excited to.
He fit right in.
That's so good.
All right, so let's go back before you guys got into this and to your high school days and even below that. What sports did you play? Let's start with Cassie.
Yeah. Okay. So I played a lot of sports.
You went to Glen Estee, you said, right?
I did go to Glen Estee.
Okay.
So I actually played football for West Claremont.
What?
Wait a minute.
I knew this was coming. I knew it. Look at all this football stuff in here.
All right, let's stop.
So I was okay.
I'm ripping this up. Let's start and talk about. So go ahead. Sorry.
So no, you're fine. I played soccer up till 4th grade.
Okay.
So my brother's 3 years older than me, and I would even like practice with them. And there was a running joke with one of the parents, like, "Can we just shave her head and put her on the team?"
Okay.
My dad's like, "No." But so then 4th grade, we got these things, and like you had your take home folder or whatever you had to take your parents, and it was about like football and cheerleading coming up, and I took it to my parents and I'm like, I want to play football. They're like, what? And I was like, yeah, I want to play football. So I played football for 4 years till 7th grade. Then you had to go to middle school, and unfortunately, the boys get bigger and I stayed tiny, and the football coach was like, we can make you a kicker, and I was like, I started out playing middle linebacker. You're not putting me in a kicker position. Like, I know what I'm doing. So
okay.
And then I went back to soccer. I ran track. I played basketball.
Okay.
So hold on. Did you actually kick in a game?
Football?
Yeah.
No, I never kicked because I didn't want to. I was like, I know the game, and I know like good positions. I don't want to be put as a kicker. Yeah. And it's nothing against kickers. Like I mean, I'm a huge fan of McPherson now for the Bengals, but like before, being young and a position, and then you're just going to be on the field to kick a football when you can tackle people and score touchdowns, like that's not for me.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see out there.
That's pretty cool there.
I have some pictures and stuff. I'll have to bring them in and show you.
Yeah, I'd love to see them. That's awesome.
I was the only girl on the team, and it was like full, like I have helmets, pads, full. It was funny. My very first practice, it was a tackle drill, and the boys didn't want to, and I came out hard. And that's when they were like, "Oh, she's not messing around." I'm like, "No, I'm here to play."
Wow. Okay. How about you, Kelsey?
I did not play football. I mean, I played football like in my neighborhood, but not like. I did a lot. I started out weirdly in like dance and gymnastics and stuff like that because that's what my mom wanted me to do. And then I ended up switching over. I did basketball. My dad was my coach. Soccer. My dad was my coach. And softball. And then my mom eventually was like, okay, you need to pick one. I don't have enough body to like take you to all these different practices. So I ended up in soccer. So I played soccer most of the time. That was my focus.
You said you went to Anderson, right?
Yeah.
So who did you play for growing up sports-wise? Like the teams?
Yeah, I played for the Cincinnati Classics. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I played for my grade school, St. Ursula Villa.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And when you got at Anderson, did you play?
Yep, I played for Anderson.
So who'd you play for there?
Bill Miller.
Okay. I couldn't remember the timeline. He was the coach then. Yeah.
Okay. And then I did indoor as well, but that was outside of school.
Yeah.
So
indoors doesn't seem to be as popular anymore.
I loved indoor. Yeah. To like shove people against the wall.
Yeah.
And it's super fast.
Your advantage too, like you can shove yourself off.
Yeah, and you bounce the ball off the wall. Yeah. Tap and go.
Spoken like a football player. Get into hockey too.
Oh, I would love to play some hockey.
I don't know.
All right. So how do we transition from the sports and activities that you guys were going up to this point? I mean, because you wanted to continue to work out. You had talked about how all of a sudden sports was over. How do you stay active? Yeah. How did you get to the point where you were working out and staying with it? Because that's the key, as I'm finding out as I'm gaining weight. How do you stay with it?
So burn boot camp. Honestly, I'm not joking. So like seriously, after I graduated college in 2015, and I'd go to the gym, but I was nowhere near pushing myself. Or I would walk around like, I guess I'll do that today, or I can skip. It's fine. No one's holding me accountable besides myself. Right. So the only person I'm letting down is me. So truly, I have not stuck to, besides sports, take sports out of it, a workout regimen until burn boot camp, and it'll be 3 years come July.
And it's all self-discipline.
For burn?
Yeah. No.
You got like if you don't show up, like the franchise partner will call you.
They text message you and they're like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they don't. Or they're not. They don't want just your paycheck, like Crunch and Planet Fitness. Not to throw them under the bus or anything. I mean, they're still good gyms if you have the self-discipline to get there every day. But no, like they want you to reach your goals. We truly care about what you want out of your workout regimen or your healthy lifestyle, or whatever that looks like.
I was scared to kind of join up because I was afraid they were going to call me because I was if I missed or.
Well, didn't you do like jazzercise where you danced all the time? Didn't you?
You some Zumba?
No.
Did you do some Zumba?
Oh, yes, I did see you in the parking lot.
Do we have this on tape?
And drank those Zimas. Yeah, I did that too. Yeah, you're right. Wore those tight pants like everybody else. Yeah, I did that.
The parachute pants.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm gonna show up at camp on.
The half shirt.
Camp.
You said camp, and you're like, I'm
show with a half shirt on. I'm gonna have a half burn shirt on.
That would be regular.
You'll rock the crop.
I could.
Ooh, I like that. Rock the crop.
That's
But no, and it's not to make you feel guilty or anything if they text you, Dan. It's not to make you scared. And I feel bad that sometimes that people do feel guilty. It's just more of, we know you have goals and we're here to help you and hold you accountable.
Yeah, it's always good intention.
All good intention.
All right, well, let me ask you this because, I'm not sure, and I'm probably speaking directly for Danny, is that whether or not he would go if it wasn't for his wife, who's a fanatic about it, and she looks awesome, and she's so much healthier and in shape. How do you get somebody to get to that point? Because from the couch to showing up, how would you motivate somebody, whether it be a TikTok or whatever it might be, to get there?
It honestly, at the very beginning especially, I've learned that it doesn't take very much. It's something about burn, I don't know what it is, but most people, within the first week, they're just hooked. Yeah. I guess I would say it's definitely like the first thing that I hear people say. They're pissed if they can't get to the gym. Like they feel it's the FOMO of missing out.
So when you when you walk out of there, Danny, you just
so much better.
You feel so much better, and it was worth it.
It definitely is. I think when I first started, the very first camp I did, I don't remember which one it was, but it kicked my butt. I'm like, there's no way I can do this because my back was just killing me. I'm like, okay, I can't survive. There's just no way. And Chris, like, they'll modify, just come back. And I'm like, no. And I kept making excuses. I'm too busy, broadcasting. I just kept making excuses. Just go with me. And I'm like, and she was going in the morning. I'm like, I'm not going in the morning. I just kept making excuses to not go.
Right.
And then I started going, and then I started feeling better. And then they helped modify stuff to make it easier for me. Because I think the first time I went, I felt bad to ask them for help, not help, but I don't know what I'm doing. And I felt like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I just felt bad always asking them. I forget what I'm doing. Now I don't care. I'll just walk up to them and do it. But in the beginning when you're new, there's just that, and then you're afraid everybody's busting their ass to do the real workouts. And here I'm over here just, doing these, little jumping jacks not the right way. And you feel like everybody's thinking, and then I felt like everybody was like, oh, he's half-assing it. Or, whatever. That's kind of just the feeling that you had, because think about it. Before I went in, my confidence level wasn't the greatest, and it's a lot better than it is now. I was doing something yesterday I haven't done at all. Mm-hmm. Really? And it's because of, just progressing up to where I'm at.
So what would you say the average ages are?
It varies.
Is it all over?
Yeah, my mom goes to burn.
Teenagers to 65-year-olds.
I love when you say, come on, Mom. I love it.
She's not what they say to me then. Come on, Grandpa. Yeah.
Hey, if that's what you want to be called. No joke. My mom, people have been so like Kelsey calls her mom now too.
Yeah.
But there was one day a member came up and told me, she goes, yeah, I went up to your mom and I was like, hey, I was
Mom?
about to call you mom. And they're like the same age. She goes, and it felt weird. And I was like, wait, I don't even know if I know your real name. Or if you've told me, I forget because all I hear is mom.
That's funny.
But no, seriously, there's all ages. They can start out at 13 by themselves without a parent, correct?
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think maybe it's 16 without a parent, but 13 with their parents.
In that age range.
Yeah,
No
13 to 16. There's not too many, but I mean, during the summer, we do have parents bring in their kids more often.
Like they'll get conditioning in for their sports if they're in the off season and things like that.
Okay.
And then all the way up to, I don't even
Steve,
know.
he's like 65.
Yeah.
Where we go, yeah. It's
Wow.
a big range.
And we modify everything. Like we tailor, no matter what we modify the exercise to, it's still working the same exact muscle group that everyone else at that station is
Yeah,
doing.
just whatever works for you.
Yes.
So what's the average size session that you guys have?
It's 45 minutes, right? Oh, each little thing that
how
you're
many
doing.
people?
Average? I don't know. Average
Maybe in
maybe
the
probably
20s?
I was going to say like 25 to 30.
Yeah.
That would be average.
And it's all in one room, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, unless you're doing building laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're sprinting outside. Sprints in the parking lot.
God. Does that come with a golf cart?
You and I wouldn't come back.
No.
We would just keep running and just.
You should
we'd
see
go.
the people who are eating outside at Taziki's and we're like screaming at them to sprint and they're all eating, just staring at us like,
Yeah.
what are they doing over
There
there?
was one day I was like, come on, go. You want to join us?
We've got
Oh,
some
really?
people. Yeah. They'll
Because they just stare.
they'll walk in with their leftovers and be like, what's going on in here? I'm like,
Really?
That's what I'm going to do next time when we do a building
Yeah.
lap and he stares at me and says, "You got a problem? I'm running. You're eating."
I don't know if that's how we're going to gain people.
You're not sharing?
I had one Saturday morning. They were doing a building lap.
Okay.
And I was going around and I could see on my, I got a text message and it was Jeff Giesing. He goes, "What in the heck are you doing at 8:30 in the morning?"
That's hilarious.
That's unbelievable.
I love that.
Yeah.
I said I was dying.
Did you
dude.
say Giesting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Giesing,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was
He's a
going
football coach when you were there, I bet.
Yeah, my husband played football for Anderson.
Okay.
He ended up I can't say it, quitting to bowl.
That's all right.
I was going to say, do you need me to say it?
No, so he's so funny. He's like, when you're on that podcast today, you tell him that I was the bowler. We literally lined the halls, and he walked by himself with a little balloon because he was the only guy like going to state for bowling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's
No,
like, so let me
nothing wrong
know if
with
they
that.
want me on the podcast.
Hey, we'll bring it
You know
on.
what? I think they have like a varsity and JV now.
Yeah, they
for
do.
bowling.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's-
Yeah,
it's
but he
pretty-
was just, he bowled on scholarship in college.
Really?
Which is
That's
awesome.
impressive.
Yes.
I mean, because it's so popular now, but they had that. You guys don't even remember. It was probably torn down before you were born.
Kingpin Lane.
No, he worked there. I went there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, all the time.
But now, so where's their home?
Cherry Grove.
Cherry Grove, yeah.
Okay, not too far.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kingpin was the hangout spot.
Yes, it was.
At least for me, because I was
I don't
dating
even know what you guys are talking about.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
It's where the cool kids hung out. Okay.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
As I said, I know Chris gets excited about the pro. Again, last night, get ready to go to bed. The protocol's out, and she starts
Oh
going
my
over
God.
the protocol. Right.
That makes me
So
laugh.
she just loves the protocol, and her favorite day is leg day. That's my worst day is leg day. I love arm day.
We hate leg day.
I hate leg day.
Horrible.
Hate leg. It just kills my back. So leg day is awful for me. But let's talk about the protocol again and how that all works. Like, who determines the protocol? Do you guys have any input on the protocol or no? So does it come from corporate? Does it come from?
Headquarters.
Yeah, so we have a master trainer.
Yes.
His name's Matt Morris. He is, I'm assuming, he comes up with most of the
Yeah, I mean,
workouts.
I don't know how
I'm
much
assuming
he
the protocol
works
is
with,
him.
like Devin or Morgan or whoever else, but
Yeah,
I'm
he's
assuming
the
he
master
rolls it out.
programmer, so I would assume that he's the one who brings up sends out the protocol.
And I was gonna say you guys don't, but do you add anything to it, or you're not allowed, or you got to stick to with what they have pretty much?
We have a 90-10
rule.
Yeah. So 90% of it has to stay the same, and we get 10% to change.
It's either like whether it's the creativity of it, like we want to switch things up, or an equipment thing. Like we don't
gotcha.
have heavy bags, so we need to switch whatever it is to something else.
Well, and like when we come up with fun camps, that typically is something that whoever came up with it trainer wise. It's our workout.
It's ours, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay.
Or like Dan's workouts. We write Dan's workouts.
That's us. Yep.
Your own name.
You do, Dan's workouts.
Dan's workouts.
So, like, if I walked in off the street and I say, "Hey, I want to do arms today," I mean, is that not part of the?
No.
It's whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're either in or you're out. You either go full go.
Yes.
Don't.
A lot of people don't look at the protocol. They just show up because they know if they do, they won't come.
Right.
Oh,
To the
really?
days they don't like.
Is that right?
Yep. Like if it's body weight conditioning,
unbelievable.
they're not coming.
Didn't he tell you
I
to
did.
turn
I
it
told him to
off?
turn
He
it
told
off.
you to turn your phone off.
I did.
There goes the show.
I'm like,
That's
all my
bad.
stuff off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm worried about? This is what I'm really worried about right now. You know, when I asked her, and you said you didn't pay attention when I asked her if she kicked in footballs, because I got a little worried when I do this thing, and I noticed that this bar was down low.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that we missed the opening. But that's why I asked that question again about, and it was up a little bit, but I'm afraid that I missed it. So that's why I was a little worried and a little put off about my phone. So don't even give me any credit. You know what? I tell you what, get your butt, go to Burn. How about that?
Let's go.
Let's go.
That didn't motivate me.
Why don't we have a competition? How about that? Huh?
Don't call me chicken.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Don't call me chicken.
Yes.
All right.
Just sit here watching all day.
with my modifications and all.
So with his whole family, a lot of his family go, a lot of my family go. My stepson's girlfriend goes. Hannah.
I don't know what her last name is.
Who?
Hannah something. Hannah.
Carrie.
Hannah Carey.
I love her.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Long brown hair.
Yep.
Yeah. I just had a focus meeting with her the other day.
All right. Great segue. So I need to know, what does that mean?
A focus meeting?
Yeah.
15 minutes with the trainer one-on-one, so you can do whatever you want to do.
Not whatever you want.
Okay, not like that. But okay, we didn't have to go that way, Kelsey. But you can come in and you can talk to me. You can come in and we can work on push-ups. You can come in and you're like, hey, I think my form's not great on this, and we can work on form.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Wait a minute.
So like, if you come in and you say, okay,
He doesn't know. Do you not know?
Well, I thought mine was all just about.
No, you can either talk in office or you can work on something in the gym.
Okay, what am I doing in the next
Great.
There you go.
All right.
do what? You're gonna do what?
Something that I'm struggling on, like my lunges.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that, so I've been trying to remind now every single time. Like, just so you
everybody
know.
knows.
So you can schedule.
Yeah, you schedule it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Every time someone walks in for focus me, I'm like, all right, are we going back to the office or are we doing something else?
So I'll say people will kind of rotate through. Like some people do every 2 weeks, they have an office focus meeting, and then the next 2 weeks they come in and they want to work on their pull-ups or whatever they want to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, we do whatever they want to do.
How about like the double chins? Because I got more chins than a Chinese phone book. So
how do you know what a Chinese phone book looks like?
I Googled it. All right, so now I know. All right, so then the next question, which is another great thing that you guys offer, that I found this out from my family.
Okay, if it's so great and you know we offer it, why aren't you coming?
Because I don't have young kids for my next question.
Dang. But you said another great thing, so you know that there's multiple great things that we offer.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing bad about what you guys do.
Okay, so then why not show up?
This is bad. Now we're gonna be like, where
we
you
need
at?
his phone number.
I'll give it to you.
So tell us about you guys have like a child watch thing, and you had mentioned it. You started doing that, I guess.
Me? I for the job, but then they ended up saying that I have too much of a personality for anybody.
No shit.
We've all been in there though.
Yes,
Like if you're at the desk and the child watch person is sick or can't show up, whatever happens, you're in child watch.
Okay.
So we've both been in there.
So there's like
before.
a separate room, or
Yeah.
And with a window so they can see their parents
They can watch
work
it.
out. It's so
They'll start doing jumping jacks and like.
oh my gosh, is that right?
There was one, it was a nonverbal child that was in there and that I was watching. And it was the coolest thing. I forget who was on the mic because you can hear them a little bit. It's muffled in there. And they were like, all right, 2 claps on 2. And the kid went,
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a future boot camper right there.
yeah, it was so cute. So cute. So.
Well, we have kids camp too, so they get to try it out a
You
little
had
bit.
your first
if they want
kids
to.
camp yesterday.
I did. So
Is that right?
We do that. I think it was once a month.
I think it's
every other
month,
now.
But then in the summer weeks, we
we
don't
take
do it
off.
because it's
What are the
everyone's
ages?
doing other things.
Oh gosh, I think it's 4 is the youngest.
That was 5.
Maybe 5, 4 or 5.
12, 11.
we're not good with ages. I don't remember this.
And you have children.
I have children. I don't know. He's been to 2 and he loves it. Oh my gosh, loves it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's get into the owners. It's Krista and Tony Bomarito. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Well, talk about them, about Anderson Burn and how it's, how it's working. I think they do a great job on social media, getting in, contact with everybody and everybody they've got involved there. So just talk a little bit about them.
They're awesome. They're great communicators, and they want to literally like squeeze everything they possibly can out of like the burn experience. Like they want all of it to be top level, like rated at a 12 out of 10 on every level. So reaching out to people, getting people to camp, the social medias, having like events at the gym, the retail everybody wants, like the nutrition products, like educating everybody. Like they just want it to be a full like huge experience for everybody all around in all aspects.
Like I don't think I've ever met people so passionate about what they do.
Yeah, they're very involved.
Like even though a lot of people, they meet Tony as like a member kind of like, and he'll introduce himself as an FP, but the fact that like he, I don't know, maybe is quiet. He's quiet when it comes to more quiet, but he's still very, very passionate about what they're doing and what they've built something great.
Yeah.
There's really nothing compared to the Burn A-Town community, in my opinion.
We need to blow that next door and
that would be awesome.
Bring me the sledgehammer.
So it'd be a great worworkout.
Let me ask you guys this question for the I guess the common person that is shy or embarrassed or doesn't want to get out in the public. Like you guys know this very well, I'm sure, how January 1st comes around and everybody's hitting the gym and doing the weight loss diet and all that stuff. How do you get somebody that is not comfortable to come out in the public eye around other people to do this and to feel motivated to come?
First they kind of reach out to us. We're not going to know.
Well, sure, that's first step, but just
some type of interest, and then it's really just, resonating and validating their feelings, because it's true. Everyone's going to have certain feelings about a gym, let alone a gym where you're working out with a bunch of people,
and there's a camera like recording you while you're working.
Exactly.
A lot of the time, and you're on social media. But we've had people say like, "I'm more introverted. I've got to get used to this."
Yeah, like please, let me tell you when I want to start being recorded. And we respect that. So if someone comes in and they're like, "Do not put me on socials," we will not put you on socials.
Okay.
But then it's honestly the hardest part of Burn is getting through the door.
Yeah. I feel like it honestly ends up pulling out like the extrovert out of the introvert. They end up being more bubbly and outgoing.
Yes, and then staying on their level. So like there are members that come in and they want to come in and they want to sit on the floor until camp starts. So when I go and I talk to them, I sit on the floor with them and I will have a conversation instead of, "Hey, how you doing there, Susie?" You have to kind of watch your personality and bring it to what they need too, because you don't want to scare them.
Here's something that blows me away through that whole thing. So what they do is when they do the warm up, right? They go around and they high five everybody. And how the hell do you remember everybody's names? I
do know everyone's names. I can't tell you.
It's amazing that you guys they know everybody's name. So even people that come from Hyde Park, they know their name. It's like this is crazy.
So let me ask you then, Danny, because first time going, how did you feel? Did you think everybody was watching you? Did you felt embarrassed? And
I did.
How did you feel? Get to the point where you were comfortable?
It took a while. Okay. It took I don't know how many I did, but it took a while. But it helped also having Chris there with me because she made me feel comfortable and kept saying, "Hey, they're going to modify. No one cares. Just And then I feel bad for her because there's a lot of times she's not really doing her workout like she should because she's watching me to see if I'm hurting my back. Okay. She does that a lot. I catch her. I said, "Just don't. I'll be fine. I'll quit or I'll not quit, but I'll just do something else." I know.
Before we quit, sir.
That's a dirty word.
I noticed she does that a lot. Okay. So, but yeah, I felt like everybody was watching me or somebody was telling me like, I don't know, just that I wasn't going full go.
Yeah.
We gave you a lot of reassurance.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of
I
reassurance.
honestly feel like you have to come and do it. You have to experience it yourself. Like we can say things to the cows come home, like everyone's so great, like Burn's great, you're so welcomed, everyone's included, blah blah blah. You'll feel so comfortable. But it's like you got nervous. You kind of came once. It's like once you get the hang of it, once we get to know you, then it's like, oh, this is what everybody was talking about.
And they're right about being addicted to it, because like I feel bad when I miss, or now I'm trying to, if I can't make it. So what happened? I knew on a night that I was going to do something, and I said I'm just going to go at 6 a.m. Well, then I fell in love with 6 a.m. because then I've got my evenings now.
Right.
But then I don't have them, and that's the other thing.
Sir, you need to find a balance. I can only work in the evenings.
Well, now that you know where he lives.
Right.
We're going to switch up in our schedule, so we each will have a morning shift.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're going to pay me back now.
But really, also with your question and everything, is we partner you up with someone.
Oh.
When you first come in.
Yeah, so like if Kelsey comes in for the first time, I'm partnering her up with someone, so that way they have a buddy. If I can't get to you in time to know exactly where you need to go, that person's gonna, hold your hand and take you along the way.
They will 100% take control and be like, oh, here, I'll help you out. Like every single person in there.
Well, let's get into some of the other trainers. I know Ashley. I've had Ashley several times in the morning. I believe, is Natalie now a trainer now?
Yes, training to train.
She's
Training to train.
Yep.
So talk about them and anybody else. I know Krista does some stuff too. So talk a little about some of the other trainers.
So Ashley's our lead trainer. So she takes over most, like I want to say over half the camps.
Okay.
So she's our lead trainer. We do report to her. And then Natalie, same kind of story as us. She is a member, is working the desk, and she's still going to be working the desk. She's going to be key BA for the Burn ambassadors. That's what a BA is for those who don't know. Yeah, we're BA
Not
BAs.
badass. I mean, no, we are, but but we're Burn ambassadors.
We're BA BAs. And then she's also in the middle of training to train too.
That's that's incredible that they do that. So
yes.
I just it's incredible that Stephen, the other thing too is that I've noticed that there's not as many guys in this thing as and for some reason I have no idea why.
So Burn used to be women only.
It started out just a gym for women.
So
was that? I mean, how but when did that change?
We're not. I don't know the timeline exactly, but then they only offered co-ed camps for a little bit.
So we'd have certain camps.
Yes. So so let's say it was only like 8:15, noon, and 5:30 would only be co-ed camps. So women for all the rest.
I did not know that.
And then what was it? A year and a half ago?
It's been a minute. Yeah.
I think it was about a year and a half ago. It's anyone can come work on it anytime. So it's co-ed all the time.
And we got positive response, obviously, because then they can come whenever they want.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed there's more guys starting to join. And then, of course, we got Daniel to join now. And
it's awesome.
Been pretty awesome to work out with Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, it cracks me up that he reminds, obviously, he's a spitting image of me. We're like two pieces. Yes, he is. So he'll do some things too, like when your music's playing, he'll walk by him and he's like giving it doing the dance.
I haven't met him yet. I want to meet him.
You guys will love him. He's pretty fun so he's trying to go in the mornings too because that's his best schedule. So, but it's fun to. And then my sister Teresa, obviously, she's there.
Love Teresa.
Those two killed it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I have a question. So you went to Glen Oaks, you went to Anderson, so you got a pretty good education. I heard a rumor about how you guys count down from 30.
Let's talk about this.
And it seems like it's more like 45 or 60.
I pride myself on my watch.
If we want to do the countdown, we can do this.
Where did this rumor come from, Dan?
I wonder.
Who said this?
Well, it was in a newspaper.
It's in the newspaper. We don't read that.
It might have happened yesterday too.
Kelsey!
What?
It might have happened yesterday.
He said it happened yesterday.
I would like an example. I would like an example.
Well, I'm gonna have to start bringing my video camera so we can do. And here you go. We've got 30, and then about 10 seconds later, 30 seconds to go.
Okay, number one, that did not happen. And number two,
I don't know.
sometimes there's a million things going on. And I'm very sorry, Dan, if I make you work out.
Extra reps never hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Welcome that, Dan.
It's either the 5 second call. Listen to you.
Yeah. I'm cheering you on.
You have to go now.
Yeah, you do. You have us.
God.
You decided to show up to the podcast with us here.
a good
It could have
point.
just been us three.
Yeah.
My daughter wants me to go.
Well,
See?
we just can't be at the same camp. We just cannot.
Please match us up.
We can't. Partners.
Please match us up. So
We could do. Oh, we'd have to wait so long.
you know what,
It was like 6:30 because it's like smaller.
I know.
So he would make it.
Wednesday when you and I are both working. That's going to be a while.
That'll be a minute.
Yeah, that won't be good.
Yeah.
We just can't do it.
We don't want to give him any more time.
all right, so hold on. So do you guys, is this your full-time jobs or do you have other jobs?
Oh, you want me to go first? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, because you like paused and looked.
Go ahead, Cassie.
No, I have a full-time job, so I work in the mornings and then I come and work at Burn in the evening.
What do you do?
I do sales for a small distributing company.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much like a vendor at convenience stores.
Okay. All right. Got you. What about you, Kelsey?
I was a stay-at-home mom. Still am. So I work part-time at the gym.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 boys.
How old?
6 and 2.5.
6 and 2.5. And where are they going to go to school?
Paxton's at Air. And then Shepherd, he's starting out at the same preschool
Okay.
that Pax went to in the fall. Just 2 days, just to ease me in, not him, me.
Where did you go to elementary at?
I started at Maddox till 3rd grade, and then my parents switched me over to St. Ursula Villa
Oh, that's
till
right. You did
8th.
say
And
that.
then I was either Ursula Academy or Anderson, and I went to Anderson because you know there's boys there. So
At least she's honest.
That's all you need to know.
yeah, there's too many girls.
That's awesome.
All right. So you talked a little bit about your family. What about you, Cassie? Your family?
What about it?
There's lots of animals.
Yeah,
Animals,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm married.
Yeah.
My husband, we will be together or married for 4 years this year.
Okay.
And we have 2 dogs, Clark and Nellie,
All right.
and a cat named Kyra.
Okay.
Wow.
And do you live close in an area?
Yeah, so I live off of Merwin 10 Mile.
Sure.
Yeah, so not far at all.
Close enough. Close enough.
And Amelia, once you
and
pass
Amelia.
the bridge.
There is a border there. Yeah.
She gets very mad at me. That's not what it's called.
I live
apparently.
in Withamsville.
It's Amelia.
Yeah. It's a whole nother county.
I live 3 minutes from you, Dan.
Amelia doesn't really even
I can walk
exist
here.
anymore.
That's
Got
funny.
that pool in the backyard back here. You guys come over anytime you want.
Yeah.
You do burn in the wild.
Burn in the wall.
Burn a while before we jump in the pool. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we can do that. So we're going to wrap this up here soon, but let's talk about has there been like a favorite moment for you guys that maybe something just like this, like, oh man, it's kind of cool that this person is anything like that. Is there anything that's been a kind of a favorite moment for you guys that
Like with other members or
anything,
just like
anything really? You could be members. It could be just how hard you work to become a trainer to come into
A
Burn.
satisfying or aha.
Yeah.
I have 2, I think.
Okay, you go.
Okay. I am not a very good test taker, so getting back into studying to do the CBT was terrifying to me. So passing that on the first try, literally I cried. I told my husband, I was like, Jake, I'm gonna cry if I fail. I said, I don't want to do this again. This is like, it was an awesome experience, like having to learn everything about the body, but at the same time, like not great when you know that you have test anxiety and all the things. So, and then I cried and he was like, I thought you said you're only gonna cry if you fail. And I was like, but I'm just so happy. What do I do with my free time? I don't have to study anymore. And then going to the athlete games and like actually doing pretty well despite like an injury, so that was pretty cool. And like having the Burn community, like going back, because Jennifer live recorded me every single workout in the Burn fan page, so going back and reading everyone's comments and like cheering me on even though they weren't there was really amazing. So
That's our competition for trainers that they can participate.
That's cool.
yeah, so we do the level up games for members. So members can do some workouts to like level up outside of the workouts that we do. And then we have the athlete games for trainers.
Okay.
So any trainer in Burn Nation can sign up to do it. And I decided to do that last year.
That's awesome. What about you?
Definitely, passing the CPT, studying with 2 kids was fun.
Sure. Oh, I bet.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
That was super hard. And then I recently passed like my strength and conditioning test that they want trainers to pass, like in a time that I was not expecting. So that was pretty awesome. And this is gonna get sappy, but I'm gonna say meeting Cassie.
Yeah.
So we didn't know each other before Burn, so it's just pretty crazy. So that's what Burn's about, though. Like you meet people, and then all of a sudden it's like you've known them your entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we were just literally talking about like, how has it only been a year?
yeah, it's very weird.
Oh,
We
that's
know
crazy.
so much about each other, and we're like, and
Yeah.
we're a lot alike in
it's kinda
very
creepy.
weird ways.
There's just like us.
We know
man.
the feeling.
I literally was like so we just got new floors in our house and she's allergic to dogs, so she can't come over to my house ever. And so I was like taking her through a house tour of like all my new floors. I was like, oh yeah, hey, this was my my wedding guest book. Like, this is what I had him sign, which is just like a giant wooden A that we had people sign. And she sends me back a video like, shut up, I have this from my bridal shower and it's an L with people that signed it. And I was like, this is weird. We had our rehearsal dinners at the same place.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my God.
This is what I mean. Like, we had the same middle name.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we could literally have.
We could go on and on and on.
Wow.
And on. So yeah, at some point I was like, Kelsey, it's gonna
meant to
be
be.
weird. And I was gonna say, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. This one's on the line. No, I'm kidding.
That's crazy. So we talked a little bit about how Chris loves leg day. What's your favorite ones that you guys like to do?
I like ACON, so athletic conditioning, and then I like metabolic conditioning.
Mine's metabolic conditioning all day because it's that I call it the badass workout because it's cardio and weightlifting all the same, and you leave feeling like you might leave feeling like, holy shit, what did I just do? But you also are like, holy shit, I just did that.
Right.
So that's why I call it the badass workout. And then I love push well anything that requires your back. So like push pull, arms and back. Like whenever there's your upper back. Upper body, pretty much. Those are my two favorites.
I just every day, and Chris, it drives her crazy. I'll say, "What are we doing?" And she says, "ACON." I'm like, they're all the same to me. You're just like, you call whatever you want. It's like
they're not. There's reasons between all of them, but
what do you think is your biggest challenge? Like, as far as a trainer, is there any challenges that you guys have, or what's like your, I don't know, the most difficult thing that you guys have? I mean, is there anything?
Like for me personally, I would say I'm good at the like lifting others up and like pushing other people. But I struggle with like myself. So finding time. Stop shaking your head. Self-doubt for myself. So working on the positive self-talk for me.
I'm with you on that one because I'm the same way. The self-talk is horrible. I think it's a lot of people have that more than people think.
And then you give a lot of that energy to all these people like when you're training, and then you're like, okay, I gotta like remember myself for a second and work on that piece.
Well, it just speaks how unselfish you are.
Yeah, definitely.
What help others.
That's what you want to say. She can't even give herself credit on that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes. We've been working on this for a while. We have. I was the one that actually brought it to Kelsey's attention.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. If I'm looking in the mirror, we need to get on the same page.
What about you? What is the biggest challenge for you?
I'm like, it's like changes, you know what I mean? Like there's not one, like it could be one thing one week and one thing the next week, but I would definitely say it's like finding that boundary. So like if I could be at Burden 24/7 and like help everyone, like I would, but it's finding that boundary of like, I'm off today, I need to not reach, like, and it sounds horrible, but like I need to step back and realize that I have other things and I need to be present for and not be like if that's one that I need to pinpoint on that happens with me a lot is probably that one, like finding that boundary of, okay, they can wait another day when I'm actually at the gym, but it's just so hard. You want to reach out right then and there, you want to help right then and there, so that would be mine.
And Steve, it's amazing that they not only do that, but they also like she might be training and then she's there at the workouts, and so they're still coming in and doing all the workouts, and that absolutely blows me. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give an honest moment here. So I sometimes cheat. And I'm just gonna let you know why. I'm gonna let you know. So like if I know that if you're training and Cassie's there, and I see Cassie going at it, and she looks like she's like getting ready to suck wind and die, I'm like, oh, well, she's gonna suck wind and die a little bit. I'm gonna not you're struggling, but you're just
I struggle. I know, human, you know what I'm still, saying. Dan. I still struggle.
But my thinking is these trainers listeners should get this. Like, that's how I think, and it's stupid. I know it is, but I'm thinking, well, I can go. I know that sounds bad, but that's kind of like watching you guys and how you guys go at it hard when you're not even doing the class. It's just, I mean, it's freaking out.
Class.
That's twice.
Wow.
I'm counting. I got it.
How many burpees? How many burpees?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Here's what you should do: is make me roll the dice. Roll the dice. So
no, because then you could land on water break.
I did that for my birthday.
You did.
I did. So what they do?
This.
So on your birthday, you roll the dice, and whatever it is, everybody has to do those exercises.
Oh,
and we had that at 6 a.m. Somebody had that. We had burpees. And I can't remember. It was on 6 a.m.
That's the worst one.
Yeah, get burpees.
Some of them are like a 30-second plank hold.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, yeah, but that 30 seconds is 45.
After you've been doing all that
You're
work.
Kelsey.
If
what?
Kelsey's counting. If you're counting.
I pride myself.
I am not accepting this reputation. I don't accept it.
Katie's going to bring a digital clock. No cheating.
I'm just going to have a timer, and I'm just going to say, let's see how accurate they are. I mean, there's been times I just wanted to say when you're like 30 seconds and you go back and do 30, I'm like, your ass. I'm like, there's no way.
Maybe you're paying attention too much to your watch than the workout.
Yeah,
Hold on though. There are times where I'm like, look at your watch. Even me as I'm working out, I'm like, look at the difference.
They'll be like 5 seconds, and I'm like, 5 seconds, my ass.
No, that's awesome. You guys, we really appreciate it. I know you guys are super, super busy, and this has been awesome. And Steve, I'm addicted to it, so you need to come in there.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, he looks great, by the way.
But you have to separate me and you. We cannot be together. We just cannot. Or we do this. We all four take it at the same time and have Ashley, and then we can all see how. And that could be like a TikTok sensation.
Yeah, we can be the barrier.
I just want to come and I just want to come and eat a cheeseburger while I'm watching you.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No.
And just see how jealous you get.
Yeah,
They'll be like, I'll have that after.
Yeah, that's right.
That ain't happening. So we really appreciate it. I know you guys are super, super busy.
Thank you for having us.
This is awesome.
It was so fun.
It's been really cool. And the big test is when we get off here and I check to make sure the intro wasn't screwed up, and we might have to do it over again. So.
That's fine.
But how you guys end camp, that's how we're going to end this podcast.
Okay.
I like
So
it.
2 claps on 2. Ready? 1, 2. How about that?
It was all in unison too.
Dan loves the control.
I do. So again, thanks you guys for doing this podcast. So we're going to wrap it up here. So for Dingo and the Coach, it's Steve Ellis, Dan Albers, and we'll catch you guys next week.